Hello, it is 7:30, August 12th, 2019. I'm sorry I did not provide you weather update yesterday, but because I did this big hike in New Jersey, I went down to New Jersey, and the thing about New Jersey is because I don't have a big public transportation network, I had to basically the park I had to walk through, which is Jake's Branch. It's about a 2.5 mile walk each way there from the nearest bus route. So that's why I was between that and then walking to the park. I was exhausted. And it was hot there too. Well, let's talk about the weather yesterday. It was beautiful. No doubt about it. We had a nice blue sky, maybe some, some stratocumulus around in the afternoon, but nothing really. Didn't really get overcast or anything. At worst, it was partly cloudy and plenty of beautiful pines there as well. But the weather is changing now after three relatively nice days where things are going to start getting stormy. So let's talk about the weather on Long Island right now. What's going on Long Island? And you can see 75 degrees at West Hampton. There is a very nice sea breeze out there. The dew point is up to 65, so it is a little humid. And if we look at the 3-day history for West Hampton, you will see it hit 83 there, and last night it actually got down to 51, or should I say this morning, but on Sunday morning, it actually managed to get down to 49 degrees there. So you see the 49 degrees there at West Hampton, which is pretty nice. I'll zoom that in for you so you can see 49. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. So 49 degrees at West Hampton, nice and cool there as well. And yesterday, West Hampton got up to, yesterday West Hampton got up to 81. All right. So we're going to contrast that. We'll also look at Farmingdale as well. Let's see what Farmingdale got. So it's 77 at Farmingdale, 63 southwest wind at 14, gusting to 21. It hit 84 at Farmingdale, and as far as the high yesterday, it was 81. But you could see without radiational cooling that you get in West Hampton, because it's the middle of the Pine Barrens, Farmingdale was only got down to 60. So now let's take a look at our, and you'll see what I mean with New Jersey. We're going to go over yesterday's weather and today's weather in New Jersey as well. So look at how much hotter it is in Toms River. So we're in the mid-70s. It's still 82 there. The dew point is 66, so the dew point is similar, but it did get up to actually 89. You'll see it actually might have even hit 90 here. But you see it actually did get up all the way to almost 89 degrees right there, as you see. So almost 90 in Toms River today. And as far as yesterday goes, yesterday hit 84. So when it's above 80, it's hard on me in general. So it did get up to 84. Yeah, the dew points were low. The air was dry, but it was still, above 80 is still kind of hot. And it's just incredibly hot there in New Jersey. It's always so much hotter there than it is here. It's just everything just feels hotter. And it's very hard for me in the summer. That's just the way I am. I can't tolerate that, walking around in that. Right now 82 degrees in Toms River. So let's take a look at the Wonder Map. You could also see the difference here. Long Island, mainly in the mid-70s with load. Yeah, mid-70s. All Long Island except near 80, still on the North Shore. South Shore, low 70s with a nice sea breeze. But as we head west into the city, you can see you still got mid-80s. And if we look also at New Jersey and Toms River, you see temperatures still looks like in the low 80s over there. So holding on to the heat in New Jersey, of course, no surprise. And the dew points are up there too, but not, they're in the mid-60s. It has gotten more humid, but not unbearably so. Here is the satellite, and we started off clear, and then some more clouds rolled in. But it was clear for part of the day, probably till around 2:30, and then the clouds started rolling in. So you can see here's the satellite. You see this system here that is approaching. So let's go look at the models and see what we have coming up for us. Because tomorrow we are actually having a slight, if we actually go and look, there's actually a slight severe risk tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that. Let's see if they have the map on the Twitter. Yes, here we go. So here is the issue here we have. We're in a slight risk for severe storm that we're in the WPC has placed us in a slight risk of thunderstorms, basically severe thunderstorms tomorrow, right? So if we look at this map here, which I cannot, there we go, let's make that larger. you can see here that we are in a slight risk. To the north of us, it's marginal. So Long Island's in a slight risk, and if we take this away and you look there, the other shade, the number 3 shade, enhanced, that is for New Jersey, the southern part of New Jersey. So Tom's River is going to have pretty good chance of getting some severe thunderstorms tomorrow. For Long Island, there's still a good chance of severe weather. I also want to show you these estimated rainfall amounts that are from the Weather Service as well. You will see here that we have rainfall amounts possibly as much as 2 to 3 inches. So it could be a real soaking rain for us as well. Could be flash flooding as well with these storms. You know, you have to go much further than what to escape it. So that is and the reason why you'll see in a minute. We're gonna look at the models. We're gonna look at the let's go to Ventus Sky because we're gonna show you the Cape right now. The Cape that is gonna be over our area right now. So we're gonna change this to Cape. All right. So we're gonna show right now not much, but if we change it to tomorrow, around say 2 o'clock, you see. Well, it actually isn't that high, but you look at it over New Jersey. You see that it has this line right here that's forming over New Jersey. That'll move. It looks like around 1700, so that's 5 o'clock. And then as we go to yeah, but it remains over New Jersey. So we'll have to see exactly what happens with that. So let's go look at the models, and we'll first go and look at the regional as far as the whole CONUS view on the GFS, and see the general pattern that's going on. So we have the ridge trying to build back again. We have this front coming through tomorrow. That is going to be the touching point for some of these severe thunderstorms. We try to get that front offshore for Wednesday so it stays dry, but then a low pressure forms along it. But right now the GFS seems to want to keep it to the south of us. And that's a good sign. It looks like it's again spinning something up, but that's the likelihood of that is low. So, but what looks like we have is a similar stall front situation again, which may be far enough to the south to spare us from any. Now it's developing something over there, but again, this is in the long range. So keep that in mind. This changes. Literally, was this storm there on the last run? Probably not. Nope, that's what I mean. You can't go by that. It'll pops in and out of existence basically. That's basically what happens. So let's go a little closer to our area and see what is going to be happening for tomorrow. And the severe weather threat obviously is the biggest, so we're gonna use the higher resolution mesoscale models like the NAM. So let's go and look at that right now. So as we go into tomorrow, you see it already developed some thunderstorms just to the north of our area in Connecticut, and then it develops another batch over New Jersey right in the late morning hours. And this is actually when it hits us right in around the early afternoon. It has some purples over us, so this is going to be the time we're going to actually have to worry about it, is early afternoon, and that could be the time we get hit very hard. And you can see there, and then maybe some more activity later on in the evening, and again close to us. So because this front is moving so slow, and you have this disturbance moving along it, the storms that form are going to keep forming. So you see lots of purple. So it's just to our south on the NAM, but we are definitely throughout. I would say from noontime through probably noontime through around 11 p.m. Or even later than that, we could be seeing some severe weather. That moves away, and then Wednesday stays dry, and we try to build some drier area. All right, that is the NAM. Let's look at the HRRR. Of course, that really doesn't go far enough out. So why am I even? It does give us 18 hours. So I guess we'll look at it and see. But it only gets us to 16Z, which that's not good enough. Let's look at the RGEM model. So similar thing here, and you can see that line, but it looks like the RGEM has again, it's New Jersey, southern part of New Jersey could get hit very badly. Delmarva, Andy's randomness is down there, and Andy's randomness might wind up having a pretty intense thunderstorm. And hopefully he will take a video of it if he gets hit. You can see again, and then look, this model seems to spare Long Island from the worst of it. Let's look at the HDRPS. So here's the HDRPS, which has been pretty good with some of the events. So you can see there is that really nasty cell that just... This is a little later in the afternoon. This has it more like 4 o'clock. Just slamming Long Island. Slamming Long Island. So, and it looks like the line just holds together the whole way. So it may be a rough ride for us tomorrow afternoon. You know, there's an agreement on these storms developing here, and it's going to be rough. It's going to be heavy rain, flooding with these storms. It's going to be a busy, busy night regarding these storms tomorrow night. We can look at the ICON too if we want as well. We can look at that one. You can see there's that low. It's not as high a resolution. The ICON seems to have heavier stuff stay to the south. But there's a chance that Long Island is going to get hit very hard tomorrow. There's a very good chance that Long Island is going to get hit very hard tomorrow. Well, let's go and look at the... now let's go back to the GFS, and we will look at our temperatures. And well, we'll start off with the dew points. And you'll see the humidity is going to come up tomorrow, and that's going to be a trigger for these storms. So you can see, look at that humid flow coming right up. Dew points rise up to near 70 degrees across our area. Deep tropical moisture. You can see there's the dry air. That is the cold front to the north of us. And it slowly sinks it south, but look at what happens. It has it stalling out on Wednesday. And then another push comes in on Thursday and maybe tries to dry us out. But then, again, that humidity kind of comes right back at us again. Friday, Saturday, and then we're dealing with the humidity again Sunday. And then maybe a stronger front but you can see the general thing is to get these fronts hung up offshore. So I'm not sure if it's going to be able to make it through or not. Look at the temperatures. So as we go into tomorrow, you see the temperatures aren't that hot because of the cloud cover. So it'll be humid, but temperatures probably will struggle to reach 80 with all the rain around. And then for Wednesday, we rebound with the sun possibly trying to come out into the low and mid 80s. Thursday, we drop down a little more because that front comes through, knocks temperatures down to the low 80s for Long Island. And then for Friday, it's cool as well, so cool for Friday too. Saturday, the heat tries to build back. And then Sunday, we're going to see if there's any heat waves in our future here as we look into the long range. And I don't really see anything. It's like if it gets... Oh, okay. It's toward the end of the period, toward 2 weekends from now, that it could be hot that weekend. It's having a heat wave that possibly. But we don't know. It's very far in advance, so you have to keep that in mind. Things change that far out in the long range. They really do. So let's now look at the sky conditions. Back this up to... So we know there'll be plenty of clouds tomorrow. As we go into Wednesday, you see we're trying to get that front to the south of us and actually tries to clear us out a little bit. Perhaps we can have some clear sky for Wednesday. It's more likely on Thursday that we can push that front a little further south and have even more clear sky. For Friday, we'll have to see what happens with that. Has some cirrus over us. And on the weekend, just I don't know where that cirrus is coming from, and it might even be just overdoing it completely. And then we could have a nice day next Tuesday, perhaps. So let's now go to the NAM and see how the NAM handles that front as far as getting the sky clear behind it. So here's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And we go into Wednesday, and it gets it kind of hung up for Wednesday. But maybe, and it doesn't really go much further out than 060 Thursday. Maybe Thursday we can get that front out of here and get some sunnier skies. We'll just lastly look at the dew point and this and see if we can. This will also show you the front coming through here, and you can see. Look at that humid air. It also has the humidity higher. There's a good chance the dew points will probably be up to the low 70s, maybe even mid 70s, because the GFS underdoes it a little bit. Here comes that dry air trying to get in, You can see what happens. It just gets hung up. But Thursday, it's going to try to get through here, but it only goes out to 060 Thursday morning. So, again, enhanced severe weather risk tomorrow. I'll try to keep you updated about it. So, thank you for watching, and have a good night.